From Nebraska Public Media, this is Curious Nebraska, a quest to uncover what makes Nebraska, Nebraska.
The marble community is small yet strong in Nebraska, and you can find it at the Marble Museum in York. I've been curious about this roadside stop, but unfortunately didn't make it there until after its owner, Lee Batterton, passed away.
They played for keeps, and he was pretty good. So he kind of started his collection as a kid playing marbles.
Ann Klemz is Lee's daughter. She remembers when her father was on the road for the construction company her parents owned.
Whenever he would go on jobs all over the United States, he would go to sales and antique shops, places that had marbles.
His lifelong love of marbles is how the Marble Museum, officially Lee's Legendary Marbles and Collectables, came to be.
He had all these marbles down in his basement. And so when he was going to retire, then that's what he wanted to do, was display the marbles.
The museum opened in 2001, drawing enthusiasts, the marble curious, and people just passing through. It's located at a major crossroads on Highway 81, just off Interstate 80. Lee loved sharing his passion with the world.
Oh, he would laugh and joke and tell history and show different unique things. He gave all the kids free marbles.
Lee died in 2024 at nearly 91 years old. That's a long lifetime of marble knowledge, now gone.
I spent well over a decade learning from him, and it kind of grows on you. It's oddly addictive.
Michael Legband has been minding the shop since Lee passed. He started there in 2012. Sadly, in 2026, the museum is set to close this year.
They were all originally just produced as cheap children's toys, and it's been popular for multiple generations.
And marbles are also popular all over the globe.
They're super international. I've had truck drivers from India showing how they shot them, which was completely different to how we shot them in the United States.
Michael is now a true marble historian, though he and Lee did have some different preferences.
He liked really large examples. He liked rare examples. And I sometimes would like some of the more modern stuff that he didn't necessarily get into as much, because he liked the really old ones.
At his peak, Lee had a little over 1 million marbles.
I was pretty good friends with Lee, and it's been hard not having him in here every day. You still kind of expect him to come roaming around the door every day like he usually did. Plus, Lee himself became almost a tourist attraction himself. People like to meet the old guy that loved his marbles for some reason.
So where are we with marbles in Nebraska after the museum closes? There are hot glass studios and glass-blowing classes around the state, as well as independent artists like Chris Haussler.
Marbles are something that make so many people happy.
Chris is the glass-working half of Pixybug Designs with his wife Stephanie. They work out of their home studio in Lawrence. I watched him make a marble with a torch, a mold, and the force of gravity.
It's kind of magical to watch how people go, that is so cool.
Pixybug's local best-selling marbles are sparkly or have faces on them. He also came up with his own signature design with an ivory glass base.
It gives a very organic, earthy look to it. It looks like it's something that's somebody dug up out of the ground and polished this.
Chris also makes whimsical little creatures.
Glass wants to be round to a degree. Some of my sculptural stuff, a lot of it does start out as a marble because that's the way it works, for me anyway.
There's just something about marbles. They're nostalgic, but it's more than that. While working on this story, I bought more marbles than I've ever owned. They spoke to me, like they did to Lee Batterton, heard here in archival footage.
I liked the looks of them, and I just started collecting them.
He just thought they were beautiful.
I'm Andy Herman for Curious Nebraska.
I get to play with my marbles every day.